Over the last 2 years, there have been an abundance of rematches in the UFC, and fans are starting to get over it, with the recent controversy surrounding the rematch between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko, and Dana White's comments stating that they should absolutely run it back. Many have begun to question what really warrants a rematch. So let's go back in time a few years to the very first title fight rematch in UFC history. The year is 2006. The UFC rebooked Randy Couture and Vitor Belfort after their first bout was unfortunately called off due to a nasty cut Randy suffered in the first round. Now, this is a fair reason to run it back, especially considering the title implications. But now let's take a look at a more recent instance. Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueiredo faced off in the octagon 4 times over the last 3 years. This had never been done before in the UFC, and quite frankly, it never should have happened. The initial match was left in just the 5th title fight draw ever, and Brandon Moreno showed the world that he is championship level. From there, they rightfully booked the rematch where Brandon Moreno dominated and got a second round submission. One would assume that after such a performance that the company would want to test their new champion against the up-and-coming talent, but they went ahead and booked the rematch 2 more times. So why is this also important? The company put on 4 exciting fights, Brandon got his redemption, everyone wins, right? Well, sort of. This left the already struggling 125 division in a weird stall that put multiple fighters' careers at stake and lost them years of their prime. Famously, the current champion Alexandre Pantoja had to drive Uber in order to make a living while he waited for his title shot. Now, I could give examples all day, but what's the real point here? Title fight rematches hold up the growth of divisions and ultimately take away from the fun of seeing fresh new contenders begin their journey to the top. Because we as fans know that if you beat the champion, they most likely will receive a rematch. It's totally fair to rebook a fight if a freak accident occurs or an unjust scorecard is given, but to flat out deny all the #1 contenders' work in order to give a former champion another shot at what they just gave up just doesn't seem right. Of course, this is the fight game, so nothing is going to be fair or just. It just is. We simply want to see these divisions flourish and showcase all the talent that the incredibly deep UFC roster has to offer. So how do we solve this? It's not like we can just call Uncle Dana and make him swear to never book a rematch again. These bookings will be inevitable. We can only just hope that the company begins to recognize that so many more matchups and opportunities for up-and-coming fighters open up when you allow these divisions to flourish. One example is the new breath of life that 185 division seems to have after everyone's favorite fighter, Sean Strickland, put on the most clear win anyone has ever had against all-time great Israel Adesanya. While Israel and Dana both called for a rematch, this is one that fans seem ready to move on from. Sean had every answer possible for Israel, and that left the fans with no question. So now, all the matchups fans have been dying for at middleweight have a real chance at happening. We can only hope the company recognizes this and uses it as a lesson for what's to come. Now let me be clear. This is not to say that a challenger or former champion can't go on a 3-4 fight win streak and get their shot again. We've seen this happen countless times and is generally well received. But when these fighters get to jump back into a title opportunity almost unearned, it doesn't get the fans going. What do you think about rematches in the UFC? Don't forget to leave a like and follow for more content. See yous later.